That shit got me so hot, my nigga. So hot. Like, yo, I do not play when it comes to my child. Don't play with me. But it's like, it's a whack feeling when your kid don't, not even trying to call somebody else mommy. Watch. I'm not even gonna touch y'all because everybody wanna be suing people. I'ma spit at y'all mother like this. Like that. Don't play when it comes to my kid.
The drama between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj has exploded again. And this time it's worse than ever. Cardi just made one of the boldest moves in their long, messy feud, and social media can't stop talking about it. These two have been at odds for years, but lately, their rivalry has taken a darker turn, dragging their children into the fight. It all started with a few shady tweets, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Cardi hinted that Nicki's son, Papa Bear, might be slow, adding fuel to whispers that had been floating around online for months. Soon, fans began speculating that Papa Bear could be autistic, which sparked outrage across social media. But just when everyone thought it couldn't get any lower, Cardi allegedly took things a step further. According to reports, Cardi claims she has access to Papa Bear's medical records and even threatened to leak them online. That one claim turned a bitter rivalry into something far more serious. What was once a rap beef has now become a full-blown scandal involving a child. Something no one expected to actually happen. People everywhere are shocked, calling it one of the lowest points in their feud. Now, the internet is completely divided. Some are calling out Cardi for crossing a serious line, while others say Nicki's fans have been pushing her buttons for years. But one thing is clear. This is no longer just two rappers throwing shade. It's personal, emotional, and ugly. Fans are asking, how did it even come to this? Both women have always been fierce and outspoken, but this feud has gone beyond music or competition. And all of this chaos kicked off after Cardi dropped her new album, Am I the Drama? A title that fans say couldn't be more fitting. Nicki's supporters believe Cardi was throwing direct shots at her throughout the album, bragging about how she'd outsell her. Now, it looks like the battle for the crown has turned into all-out war, and no one's backing down.
There is an album, so you talking about no album with the what? Y'all don't even want me to drop that album because y'all gonna be crying, because I'ma outsell. I'ma have hits. I'ma be on top. That's a fact. Y'all better, y'all never watch the Freddie Odd Parents when they say you gotta be careful what you wish for because what you be wishing for is not what you're gonna want.
The internet is on fire again. And this time it's because Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have taken their feud to a level nobody thought was possible. What started as competition between two powerful female rappers has turned into a personal, ugly, and heartbreaking war. One that now involves their children. It all began when Cardi released her new album, and although she didn't mention Nicki by name, everyone could tell the subtle shots were aimed her way. Fans were quick to point out that Cardi's lyrics seemed to reference Nicki's Pink Friday too. Cardi's first week sales were impressive, around 200,000 units, but Nicki's album had sold slightly more, about 227,000 units. Instead of simply celebrating her own success, Nicki began retweeting posts that fans thought were shady toward Cardi. These posts highlighted how Pink Friday 2 had the biggest first-week sales for a female rap album in years, breaking vinyl and streaming records. Now, Nicki had every right to be proud. Her numbers were historic. But the timing of her posts, right when people were congratulating Cardi, felt calculated and petty. The tension grew quickly, and it was clear that the back and forth between them was about to explode. Then came the tweets and things went completely off the rails. Nicki posted a taunting rhyme about Cardi's career and appearance, copying the alphabet-style flow Cardi used on her album. It was a not-so-subtle dig. Cardi immediately clapped back with her own barbs, mocking Nicki's looks, career, and attitude. Before long, the fight turned from music to deeply personal attacks. Nicki accused Cardi of being pregnant again, and threw disgusting insults her way. Cardi didn't hold back either. She fired back with painful accusations about Nicki's fertility, saying things that most fans agreed were too cruel. That's when Nicki tried to take the moral high ground, tweeting that infertility shouldn't be used as a joke and that real women struggling with that deserve compassion. But any sense of calm didn't last. Nicki went further, making comments that many people took as shots at Cardi's daughter, Culture. She tweeted, "Culture vulture, you ugly too," and followed it with even more vicious lines calling both Cardi and her child names. That was the moment everything crossed the line. Cardi completely lost it after that. She unleashed a stream of tweets going after Nicki's son, Papa Bear, claiming that he was nonverbal because of Nicki's alleged drug use. It was cruel and shocking, even for a feud as toxic as this one. Cardi accused Nicki of neglecting her child and said Nicki's jealousy was so deep, it made her hate other people's kids. She even referenced a video of Papa Bear banging spoons, using it as ammunition in her insults. Nicki then fired back again, calling Cardi's daughter and unborn child disgusting names, mocking her family, and using racist terms. Fans were horrified. Both women were crossing lines that should have never been touched. Cardi responded by accusing Nicki of being jealous of her kids because, according to her, Nicki's child wasn't meeting milestones. She went on to say, "You just mad because your son's favorite color is 5. Another cruel jab that had social media divided. At this point, the internet wasn't even sure how to process it. The insults were so dark and personal that people began begging both rappers to stop. Nicki then accused Cardi of threatening her family and released another wave of insults, calling her names and attacking her marriage. Cardi hit back by exposing what she claimed were Nicki's medical records, saying Nicki had been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder for years, and that her husband, Kenneth Petty, used drugs to control her. She also accused Nicki's team of covering it up and said that Kenneth encouraged her drug use to manipulate her. Fans couldn't believe how low things had gotten. Cardi seemed to have no filter, saying she was ready to release receipts about Nicki's mental health, and even hinting that she had access to private documents. This all tied into old rumors that Nicki's husband, Kenneth Petty, was using substances himself and had a history of controlling behavior. Bloggers even jumped into the mix, adding more fuel to the fire, saying Nicki had lost control of her image and her relationship. By this point, the focus had completely shifted away from music. What started as a rivalry between two women at the top of their game turned into a public meltdown where both were trying to destroy the other's life. And then came the lowest point of all. Cardi publicly claimed she had proof that Nicki's son was autistic and threatened to leak it. She said, "Let this be the last time you mention my kids before I spill the tea on yours." Fans were stunned. Autism is not something anyone should use as a weapon, especially against a child. But social media, being what it is, ran wild with it. People began spreading more rumors, analyzing every clip of Papa Bear online, trying to decide if what Cardi said could be true. The truth is, no one knows. Nicki has kept her son's life private, and she rarely posts videos of him. That's her right as a parent. But the fact that the internet is now debating a child's health because of this feud shows just how far things have gone off the rails. People started calling out both rappers, saying they'd taken things way too far. Fans who once cheered them on were now disgusted. "Leave the kids out of it," one viral tweet read. And honestly, everyone agreed. This wasn't just messy entertainment anymore. It was cruel, invasive, and deeply disturbing. This fight now feels like something neither of them can come back from. It's not just about pride or competition. It's about revenge and pain. These women have both accomplished incredible things in their careers, but this feud is overshadowing all of it. The situation feels a lot like the old Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown rivalry, except worse. That feud ended with real violence, but this one, it's tearing apart reputations in real time. With every tweet, every screenshot, every insult, Cardi and Nicki are burning bridges they might never rebuild. At this point, fans aren't even rooting for anyone to win. They just want it to stop. Because no amount of fame, money, or pride is worth dragging innocent children into the fire. What was once a battle for rap supremacy has turned into a public breakdown for both. So here we are. Two of the biggest female rappers in the world caught in a feud that's gone way beyond music. It's raw, it's ugly, and it's heartbreaking. And the question everyone's asking now is simple. How much lower can it possibly go before someone finally says enough is enough?